Real quick, guys, before we move into VPCs, I want to quickly cover networking. It's very important that you have a good understanding of networking because VPCs utilize networking heavily. And if you're not able to understand it before migrating to the cloud, it's going to be difficult to understand it conceptually. So let's get started. We have two separate networks here, and we have 3 computers in each network, and a router that is able to accept traffic to send files in between the networks. We also have these switches. If you are unfamiliar with a switch is, just think of a bouncer at a club, and you reserved a table. You have a guest list, right? You reserved a table and you have a guest list who can sit at that table. Let's say that someone walks up and they say their name. The bouncer will look at the guest list, and if your name is on that list, you can stay. If it's not on this list, then he will point you in a different direction, right? Except this switch uses MAC addresses, okay? So we're not going to cover MAC addresses in this video, but the concept is very similar. So remember, switches are like bouncers. So they check to see if these files that you're sending should stay or be sent in a different direction, right? So let's say I want to send file A to computer 3 from computer 1, right? In order for that to happen, you can see that there's connection to the switch here, right? It goes through 2 of these switches in order to get to computer 3. And it doesn't have to cross over the internet because this computer is on the local network in which it is receiving the file from computer 1. So it will travel like this. Go through a switch. And computer 3 has received file A, right? Now let's say that computer 1 wants to send that same file to computer 1 in the other network, right? Remember what I said a switch does. It checks to see if the MAC address that you are sending that file with matches any of the MAC addresses that are in the local network. So let's do that again. Computer 1 sends file A to the switch. It has a different MAC address because it's located in a different network. So it looks over your list and it's like, I don't recognize this. And then it sends it out, right? It sends it out. So it sends it to the router, right? And your router is connected to the internet. So then that's how it's able to travel into network 2. So it arrives in network 2. Then the switch in network 2 does the exact same thing. It says, well, let me see if this MAC address matches anything locally. Oh, it does. It matches computer 1. Awesome. And then it travels to computer 1, right? So I hope that kind of gives you an understanding at a high level of what it looks like to send files locally and to send them into a different network. Again, we didn't cover MAC addresses here, but if you think of a switch, just think of a bouncer. And it's looking down a list to see if the MAC address should stay in its local environment, whether that's only in network 1 or network 2, or if it needs to go in the other direction into another network by crossing the router. All right, so I hope this video helps clear up networking or gives you a good understanding of what networking is. I'll see you in the next video.